Hey Aquarius, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the month of July. I wanted to say thank you for all of the views, the subscriptions, shares, comments. I appreciate you guys. So, let's see what we got for Aquarius for love in July. Doorway to growth. Good. Synergy. Okay. So there's been growth and things are coming together and coming home. Someone else got this combination of cards the other day. Anyway. Wow. So there's been a lot of growth and progress in this situation with you, Aquarius, and your partner, or there will be. Something's coming together, meshing together. There's been a lot of growth in the situation, and it's going to feel like you're coming home to someone or someone's coming home to you, right? Like it's supposed to be there in its place, something like that. So let's see what's going on. Commitment incoming. Ooh. Well, let me see if I can get these cards here to go. Ugh. Okay. Yes, somebody is trying to put the work in, make it work to move forward toward their empress. Okay, toward their queen, their whatever feminine energy, man or woman, doesn't matter. Wow, somebody's making their way. They had moved away, I think, at one point, and now it looks like there's going to be a homecoming, right? Somebody's been working on something here for commitment. So let's see, or working on themselves, okay? So let's see what's going on with your partner, Aquarius. Burdens. Your person's been having burdens. They've been juggling a lot due to their choices, bad, poor choices. This person, whoever this person is, Aquarius, has trapped themselves in these choices and they've been judged as a result. So for a select few of you out there, this partner may be returning from some sort of prison time, maybe jail of some kind. It could be hospital, rehab, whatever. But this to me is kind of like imprisonment. Or they've been trapped some way, okay, away from you for a long time. This could be a prison of the mind, okay? Prison of the mind, a prisoner of choices that they've made, and they've had to incur that karma and that judgment in the time that they've been away from you. For some people, this could be 2 months to 10 months. It could be 2 to 10 years that this has been a separation between the two of you. Okay, so they're coming out of something. Let's see what's going on with you. Major transformation. You were not planning on this. This has been a major transformation, or will be a major transformation in your life, and you were not planning on this plot twist, right? I kind of feel like there's been a little bit of transparency alluding to the fact some information was revealed, but let me see what this means. Yeah, you've received some sort of enlightenment about this situation. Show me the High Priestess. There may have been a letter. There may have been some sort of a text. There may have been a token of some kind. This person gave you a small portion of an idea that they were coming toward you in some way. Small, right? Kind of got the brain going. Yeah, they've overcome some issues. And so now it kind of looks like a situation in which you're trying to figure out how to overcome the years, the months. You weren't planning on this at all. So this is kind of like a plot twist, but let's see kind of, before we go to blocks, let's see what's going on in between the two of you. Show me what's going on between Aquarius and they're freeing themselves from something. So specific group, I mentioned, you know, jail, prison, hospitalization, something. But for others of you, they freed themselves from a situation you were not expecting for them to ever do. And so now you're like, okay, well, where the hell are we going to live? What are we going to do? How are we going to manage the logistics of this situation? So I think that both of you didn't think there would ever be another chance here to move forward with this relationship. There's been very little communication, a lot of dysfunction regarding love and nurturing. Let's see why. Show me the devil. Show me the devil. There may have been okay. Somebody got caught. Also, there's a fraudulent situation that somebody may have done some time for. No idea where that's coming from. Fraud. Or something is a fraud, right? On their side. Yeah. I think they've also, this person may have decided to lay down the idea of image and happy family, which wasn't happy. The image was, that's all it was an image. They may have decided to let that fall and crash to the ground. Or their belief system in material possessions, house, cars, you know, retirement plans, whatever they were tied to that kept them trapped in this situation over here, they've let it burn to the ground. They don't care. They just are seeking their happiness and their healing. And their happiness is Aquarius. So this could have also been something that happened in between the two of you. But there's been some kind of strange communication. You haven't been able to communicate with them for some reason. See what the communication issue is. This is going to happen very quickly. You're looking at maybe a month, maybe less. Ace of Swords. What is the communication hindered? This also, for some of you, could be an affair that you were having with somebody who was married. It's blowing up, though. The tower is here. That's why there wasn't any communication. This person may be physically moving from where they are to you, moving in with you. At the very least, they found the courage to move away from this situation. There was a point in which you hadn't talked to them in a while. There was some sort of a journey you were on as well. A lot of lack in communication. Issues with fighting about a marriage, fighting about being married. Okay, so let's see what the blocks are for your partner. This one got complicated real fast. They freed themselves from something, enlightenment. Now they want to come in with this offer that, you know, I think they're hoping you still accept it, you know. They've been holding back doing this with you because they were in something. that they didn't feel like they could get out of ever. So it just kind of died where it was. But now that they're freeing themselves, they want to explore this situation with you. It's going to happen very quickly, very abruptly. Show me Aquarius's blocks. There's something with house, property, where are we going to live, how are we going to live thing. They're leaving where they are. They're leaving the house they live in currently. They're cutting their losses. Mm-hmm. I think their goal was financial contentment. So some of the blocks for you are, one issue is, do you turn your back on this situation? Have you given it everything you think you can? Are you interested in continuing this storyline with this person? Is it really over? You're in a place in your life right now where you're kind of contented and happy with what's going on in your world. And this kind of is going to throw some chaos into your world momentarily, trying to figure out what to do about this. So block is your instability. Let's see kind of how they're feeling about you. Wow. Okay. There may be money issues, going from one place to another. I think they've kind of made a decision that they've always held on to you, right? They've always held on to you. But there's some confusion. There's secrets here, right? They've made a decision to come back to the one that they've held on to. But let's see kind of, they view you as a lover. They've made a decision to hold on to you, to come back to you. But let's see what this moon's about here. Show me the moon. They're secretly making their way back to you. Let me see. Let's see. Show me the Chariot and the Hierophant. They're coming towards you with the Chariot to the relationship. Let's see. Come here. Let's see. Show me the Chariot and the Hierophant. Oh, okay. I mean, this person's deeply in love with you. They're like they've been suffering in silence over here. I'm not really kind of making the connection about what the big, block was in between the two of you, other than this relationship that they were in and an ultimatum that was given to them. Choose or fucking go, right? And at the time they weren't able to, fulfill the ultimatum, and so they went. But now that they're free, they want to make their way to you, and this idea of this relationship with you in their mind. So they love you. They want to be with you, living with you every day, day in, day out. They want to be in this major relationship with you. They've never let go of the idea of being in relationship with you. Now they're able to pursue it. So let's see what they're thinking. Not moving forward. That's their wish fulfillment, their happiness. They've had to defend and fight their way out of something to offer you this love. They want to come towards you with this, but Aquarius, here you are in the Queen of Swords energy, so they're not quite sure it's going to be received well. Let's see kind of what the Queen of Swords has to say. Whoa, excuse me. I keep dropping these on the floor every 5 minutes. Okay. Oh. Are you willing to take a chance with me? Queen of Swords. This is what they want. I'm ready to take a chance with you to bring this relationship together, right? Could be twin flame energy here. But I think the Queen of Swords is saying more. Do you remember what happened between us? Do you remember the past? You know, it's almost as if there's a disconnect. This person has this idea in their mind, right? And there's some sort of disconnect between the ultimatum not being fulfilled, right? Them not being able to say, yes, let's do it today. And them being away from you for so long, and there not being a lot of communication between the two of you. I just am getting in my mind, I was willing to give everything up for you. Aquarius, I think that's what you're telling this person. I was willing to give everything up for you. Do you remember when I was willing to change my life for you? Ooh. And I don't think that them obliging was received well. So let's see what their intention is. What is Aquarius' lover's intention? Aquarius. They want to move forward, of course. They're kind of in fight mode, right? And they're sitting there, you know, with this staff next to you, in a protective stance, kind of like, I'm willing to fight for this and protect this. But your disconnect here is like, hey, but remember what happened over the years? You know what I mean? I'm not sure about that. This person looks like they've kind of, over the years, fantasized this thing in their head. And I think they're just hoping that you know, kind of are still have feelings for them in that way. Don't be surprised if this person doesn't come in pretty quickly. This is going to change things big time. They want balance in between the two of you. Harmony, peace, harmony. They want their fantasy realized here. They want their fantasy to come true here. Now let's see what they're going to do. Move forward. They want to have this conversation moving forward. They are going to risk the idea of rejection. Don't allow them to minimize, though, okay? There may be a tendency for this person to want to minimize what happened when they were given an ultimatum, right? So don't allow them to minimize your feelings and how they made you feel when they said, you know, it's a no then, right? But they weren't ready at that time to move forward. They want you to know there's no one else in the picture. They walked away from something. They're hoping they get what they want here. They're hoping they get what they want. So let's see what a final outcome is. Conversation, Aquarius, you may not be open to a new opportunity or a new beginning. You kind of have your hands crossed, like, okay, show me what you got to say. And but I think that I'm not sure going to need a whole lot of convincing, okay? But you do want this betrayal addressed. It felt as though when they did not accept your offer, when you were willing to give everything up for them, that they didn't accept it, and you feel a deep betrayal for that. They're going to be putting in the work, though. If it's, yeah. They just want to seek happiness here. They've spent a long time in a mental prison, okay? And that they created for themselves choices, you know, how we do in our head. Oh, I can't leave because, you know, whatever. We always have a choice. It's just being willing to have the balls to deal with the consequences of our choices, right? And sometimes I think you have to want it really bad to deal with whatever circumstances may come. And 9 times out of 10, when you're in that kind of a relationship, you're willing to risk it just for peace. You're willing to risk it because you're so withdrawn and so empty and just so disassociated from the situation that you have to get to that point sometimes, I think, to be able to make the choice that, you know, no matter what happens, I know that anything is better than staying in that. Anything is better than staying in that. So that's kind of where they are, and that's why they've chosen to make this decision. This was a raging love affair many years ago, maybe for some of you, many months ago. And it ended because the line was drawn in the sand. This person now, because you've acted as a catalyst and they freed themselves from this situation, is now coming toward you, wanting that idea of that relationship with you again. So whether or not you take it is up to you. But let's see kind of what they're afraid to tell you. Dysfunction. There's some dysfunction. They've overcome. Truth is, they want a new beginning with Aquarius. Victory they're hoping for. They know there may be conflict, but this is a new path moving forward. 11 is here. Options. Do they have any options with you? They didn't have any options before. That's why they were quiet. Silence. Cycle has ended. Things have changed. Now they want, again, they want this new beginning. Always holding on to you. Mental health suffered greatly. Now they want to come to you and be transparent. So they're really not afraid to tell you anything. I think they may be a little bit worried about explaining the decline in their mental health to you as a matter of embarrassment. But they're not necessarily afraid to tell you anything. Let's see what their next move may be. I think they're afraid of your rejection. They sort of put all their eggs in one basket here. How can I be of service to you? How can I make it right? Let's go down this path together. I've done my shadow work. I'm ready to discover this relationship with you. I was complacent. They became dissociated. Complacent. Yeah, I mean, this is just talking about where they got to the place where they had to have this breakthrough to leave this marriage here. They also may be battling some codependency as a habit they picked up to deal with trauma. Okay, so I think they're going to come to you in a very sort of strange way that is sort of like they've been living this life out with you in their head all these years. And they're just kind of picking up where you guys left off. So that might be a little bit odd. A little bit odd. Well, let's see what they want to say to you and what you may want to say to them. I think you were the only thing they had to hold on to all that time. And for others of you, this may be a person who said no to the ultimatum and now they're coming back because they know that their place is with you, or, you know, they want to be with you. I mean, it doesn't have to be that, you know, complicated for some of you out there, but for some of you out there, this is definitely complicated. But I keep getting this feeling of a disconnect. There's a disconnect with this person. I think they need some recovery. Something. This person really messed them up. Okay, they're telling you, I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes? When I offer you my hand, will you take it? I've committed to someone else because they don't challenge me. Okay, well, that may have been part of what they were experiencing there. My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. For real. I love you, but I'm afraid to reach out and have you reject me. Okay, I couldn't handle your words when you were upset with me. It was too painful. I couldn't handle that ultimatum you gave me. Shit or get off the pot, right? Okay, I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. So clearly, back and forth, you guys still love each other, right? But this person's going to come to you kind of, I mean, like a damn dog who's been, you know, lost for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Come home all mangy and matted up and shit, you know, and you got to take him to the vet just to get him so you can bring him in the house. I mean, there's some kind of real bad thing and they're running to you. So, you know, if you ever cared for them, right, or if you can step outside of yourself for a minute, you know, and not let your ego take control and say, well, fuck you, you know, whatever. This person actually does need your help. And even if you know, you don't want to go back to love relationship or whatever, they're coming to you because you're the safest person that they know. You're safety to them. And so they're coming to you out of that idea. So just keep that in mind. Step outside of yourself for a minute, okay? They're coming to you because they need your help. You know, if all else fails, they're coming to you because they need that feeling of safety. Not a cop-out, you know, but a genuine, you know, genuine safety. So they're depending on you for that. So just bear that in mind, okay? When, you know, when you're getting all in your ego or whatever. It's easy to do. So let's see kind of how, get some love cards on it. Kind of getting like a sleeping with the enemy vibe or something like that. Retreat. There may be some deception. Yes, I think that their lack of communication. This is happening very quickly. I told you this would be abrupt. They've released someone out of their life. Now, the deception may come in because their ex may not know. This could be the one. Engagement. It's safe for you to love. This other person may not know that they're, you know, left the house or whatever, you know, and maybe the kind that comes looking for their ass, you know. So just remember there's an element of safety that needs to be recognized here in this situation. So, Aquarius, let's see how they feel about you in the bedroom. I'm sure it's pretty spicy. But I don't think that's what's the first thing on their mind is, because remember, they're going to be like a mangy dog. Oh, they may be suffering some emotional trauma, you know. There's a duality they know that's happening here. They're trying to put on a good face, but it's not going to work. There may be some spontaneous things happening. I think they've had a dialogue going in their mind for a while about when they see you again. They may be very triggered by you seeing their physical body. They may not want you to see them because there's something that they're hiding or they're ashamed of. But again, safety. So let's get some advice cards, Aquarius. There's something about, for some of you out there, if this is a trauma person, it's a person who suffered trauma, there may be scars, marks, bruises, whatever on their body they may be ashamed for you to see. Or maybe for others of you out there, that this is not a trauma situation or a fleeing situation. Their body may have changed. They may have gotten older or fatter or thinner or whatever. And they may be ashamed for you to see them because it doesn't match what it was before, right? And they're afraid that you're not going to be as attracted to them. Come to the edge. They've come to the edge. You're going to have to meet them there. Be flexible with this situation. They're not going to be, all that glitters isn't gold, right? So there's more to it. There's more to the story, Aquarius. Go the distance, 11 and 4, higher power. So they're meant to come to you. And of course, this has been in their mind this whole time. Chaos and conflict. So outside of what they did to me, I'm going to hold on to that anger, and screw them. I get a lot of that in the comments section. And, some of it's probably justified. I don't mean to offend anybody, but, sometimes we have to step outside of ourselves, and especially if you ever cared for somebody, and kind of get over this idea that this is a benefit to you, right? And I'm going to hold on to anger and ego and pride and hatred. This person, for some of you, is coming to you out of a need for safety. And so think about that maybe when you come into contact with them. It's going to come very quickly. You're not going to expect this at all. But they've never stopped loving you. So anyway, Aquarius, that's what I got for you, and I'll see you guys second half.